Let's make underwater animation using Adobe Illustrator and After Effects. Open Illustrator first. Take a new document. Width and height 1280 by 1280. Create. Go to File. Place. Here we have all the sea animals that I have downloaded from Google. We'll use them in our animation. I'll place them on my file one by one. Adjust it the way you want. We forgot one thing. Draw a background here using rectangular tool. Give it a color. Right-click. Arrange. Center back. Go to Object and lock this layer. Now by using Text tool, I'll write details about them. Its name. How deep it is in the ocean. Adjust text size and font if you want. Done with one. By following the same procedure, we are going to place all the other animals on the canvas and write details about them. I am going to fast forward this process to save time. Once you are done with all of the animals and the Titanic wreckage here, we need to make our canvas bigger. So go to Object. Unlock all. Delete the background layer. By selecting Artboard tool, make the artboard bigger. I'll increase the Titanic scale. Okay. Now let's add few more objects to our design. I'll place these rocks. Give it a background again for our text to show. It will help us in arranging and adjusting the rocks in a way that it doesn't come on top of our texts. We will delete this background later. Now let's place rocks. Arrange it on the artboard. When you're done, unlock all layers. Delete the background. Now we are done working on Illustrator. Save this file. Open After Effects. Take a new composition. Width and height 1280 by 1280. OK. Go to Layer. Take New Solid. Give it a color. OK. Go to Window. Search Effects and Presets. Here in the search bar, write Gradient Ramp. Drag and drop it on the solid layer. Give it a gradient. This looks good. Now search noise. Drag and drop on the solid layer. Amount of noise 1. Again, go to Layer, New, Solid. I'll name it Water. Search Foam here. Drop it on the water layer. Producer properties. Production rate 0.5. Increase the production X size. Move the production point downwards. Bubbles properties. Size 0.1. Lifespan 1000. Bubble growth 1. Strength 100. Physics properties. Wind speed 1.5. Turbulence 0.1. Rendering. Change the bubble texture from default bubble to soda water. That's it. Let's zoom it in to make it visible. Fine. Change the view from draft to rendered. Let's blend the water layer with the layer below. For that, click on this icon here to see more properties. Change the mode from normal to screen. Now duplicate the water layer by pressing Ctrl D on the keyboard. Go to Producer Properties. Production Rate 0.1. Bubbles. Size 0.3. Let's make it 0.2. It looks good now. Make a new solid now. Name it Texture. OK. This texture layer below the water layers. Search Fractal Noise in Effects. Drop it on the texture layer. Click on this icon to see more properties. Change the blending mode to soft light. Press T for opacity. Decrease the opacity to 15%. Adjust the brightness. It looks good now. Now that our underwater background is done, select all the layers and pre-compose them. I'll name it BG. Take the text tool. Write the text. Do the required adjustments. Change the font. Scale it down. To make it stand out, I'll change the color of deep and ocean to yellow. Select text and align it on the canvas. Go to Effects and Presets. Animation Presets. Text. Animating. Typewriter. Drag and drop it on the text layer. Good. Trim this text layer now. Perfect. Now we'll write another text. Scale it down. Color it white. I'll make Titanic Wreckage text uppercase. Align the text vertically and horizontally. Trim the second text. It will appear after the first text. We'll apply the same typewriter effect to it. Drag and drop. Good. Now trim the layer. Again another text which will say let's find out. Color it white. Align it. Trim this layer. We won't apply typewriter effect to it. Trim this layer. Select all the text layers and pre-compose them. Name it text. I'll lock this layer too. Let's change the composition settings to 1080 by 1920. OK. Unlock the background layer. Go to its properties and scale it up. Lock it again. Let's see the animation. We'll import that Illustrator file here. Select it. Import as. Retain layer sizes. Drag and drop it on the timeline. Double-click to see the full composition that we had made. Go back to composition 1. We will move its position down to see the first fish. You can either do it from here or just scrolling it down by clicking it from your mouse. Here we see our first fish. Make it go a bit upwards. Trim this layer to the point where all the text layers ends. Now we will import our submarine. If you want to learn how to draw this submarine, I've uploaded the tutorial. Click on the given link. Drag and drop it on the timeline. Scale it down. Move it to the top. For now, let's turn off the eye of the submarine layer. We'll animate the fishes first. Zoom it in. Press O for opacity. Add a keyframe. After few seconds, add a blank keyframe. Go back to the first frame. Make the opacity 0. This is how the sea animals layer will appear on the screen. Press P for position. Add a keyframe. After few seconds, move the position upwards till the Titanic wreckage appears. Let's see the animation. Very nice. Select the submarine layer now. Turn on its eye. I'll scale it up a bit. Press P for position. Add a keyframe. Move it upwards. Now move few frames backward and add a blank keyframe. Go to the second frame. Move it downwards. I'll move this keyframe a bit. Now it looks fine. Now place the bar on the keyframe that we had make of the water layer. Now move the position of the submarine down to somewhere over here. Yes, it looks fine. Let's see the animation now. I don't want it to touch the text, so add a black key here. Position to the right. A bit more. Perfect. Now after the text is gone again, move it to the left a bit. Do the required adjustments in the position of the submarine if you think there's one. Now I think it's going to touch the squid. Add a blank keyframe again. Move it to the right. We'll adjust the submarine position on the last keyframe as well depending upon where we want it to stay. I think it looks fine. Take the text tool. Write the text and align it. We are just gonna align it vertically. Increase the font. Highlight few words that are important in the written paragraph. Trip this text layer. I'll trip the submarine layer too. I'll move the text a bit downwards. And we're done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel.